Alright, well, I guess we just have to fucking deal with it. For those just tuning in, or anyone watching on Ice Rider, we just spent, like... what would you say, like 20 minutes? Desperately trying to, remove aptitude from theme through various builder means, and failing every time. Just wipe her from reality and bring her back. I think at the end of the day, like, I just need to accept that it's fine. Hey, it's engagement bait now. People will comment saying invalid run or whatever. My calcs aren't wrong. The possibility of a blank level up is 7%. I'm gonna save state every time. And I'll have to settle for a magic level. Oh, she doesn't even get a fucking kill off of that. Okay. Lamau. We must stifle the child's potential. We could just lean into the meme. Damn, bro doesn't want anyone to damage him. I thought we got a steel sword. Did we not get a steel sword? Or is that this chapter there's a steel sword? Oh, there's like a droppable one, right? Did I miss a house? Oh no, we got the steel bow. Right, we get the steel bow. Are we using theme? Well, theme accidentally got growth rates. So... theme has been the topic of controversy already. We didn't even get to chapter 10 and theme is controversial. We need to cancel theme on the interwebs. Theme woke up and chose to be a fan of Discourse. I'm still angry over here. Oh no, Luna, are you a Theme death hater? I think Theme dying is peak storytelling, like genuinely unironically. Causing problems on purpose, very Theme coded. No, you're not a hater? Okay. Oh shit! Okay, I'm sorry. If you only started the game, there's a pinned comment that says the stream will contain spoilers. I mean, you're welcome to stay if you want, but I would recommend muting or avoiding or whatnot. because we got some spoiler discussion. Alright, chat. We have to make our first theme save state. I'm fine with, like, skill or res leveling up, but I don't want strength to level up. If strength or speed level is up, we are, resetting. Magic luck. That's good. Those stats don't matter. I asked if it's true there's an archer trainee and someone slid into my DMs and spoiled it for me. That's so frustrating. I know someone spoiled a big plot twist for FEMS Paint as well in the comment section. Why did you even give her that kill? Because it means we can move other people, like, more advantageously. Theme getting that kill means Kyra can do this. Like, we want to be really aggressive on this map. 2.1 updated it, so the chest we have one extra turn for. But I still think it's a, I still think it's a pretty tight chest to get there on time. I would have 100% fallen for it otherwise. I think, honestly, I love it so much because you get Fia right before she dies. So you're not, like, missing... You don't lose a sniper from your team, right? You still get a sniper on your team. And for all the, like, super efficiency-minded players who, like, care only about gameplay and not about story, they're probably not gonna train a trainee, right? So they're not gonna be hurt by it. But it has the gameplay impact that you want it to have. $13 versus 7, that's 6. Plus poison is 6, that's 12. Okay, so you go here. I'm gonna head out. I want to be spoiled anymore. Well, thanks for popping in. I would definitely recommend that because we're going to be discussing the traitor, right? We're doing unit reviews, all that fun stuff. I mostly wanted to check if she'll be awesome in 0%. She's been causing problems. She's been causing problems. She's doing tiny bits of chip damage. That's something. Smiley face. Hey, Kate, honestly, I'm kind of surprised by Hey Kate's performance, but considering the large number of armors in Chapter 2, she can double a lot, and she's good at Chapter 2, which is good. Theme would post angry :3 because she's just mischievous like that. Okay, let's unlock this. Oh, I just realized in a paintless world, you don't get Raleigh, do you? Because Raleigh is locked behind an optional... Raleigh is locked behind an optional, Locked door. That's sad. They joined at the end of the map. Okay. $16 damage here. Oh, Soder doubles. Alright, I think we do the 16 damage here. I think the description might have been updated to make the pronouns clearer. Let me check their description out. Their platoon deserted, but they themselves aren't... Yeah, because I got confused there. So you have longbow. We do this. On the topic of archers causing problems, I discovered that an archer with 4 base strength and 20% growth is one of the best units in my hack. How? We gotta be aggressive. We gotta be aggressive if I want to get the fucking... What is it? It's a halberd or a zanbato? It's something good. I remember it's something good. They were supposed to be a joke. I want to say it's a halberd. For Begonia Gaming. Alright, you have the hammer. You have, what, Killer Axe? Yeah. And you have a Sword Reaver. Alright, you have 3 defense, 0 res, which means the might difference, 11-5. Yeah, so you're... You definitely want Steel Axe here. I like to use it to give the Axe Bros some levels on the Cav reinforcements. Yeah. I mean, I also think it's just, like, it's a good way of killing the Cav reinforcements, even if you don't care about training Fango and Begonia. Who I assume is what you mean by Axe Bros, even though one of them's not a bro. I guess Begonia can be a bro as a treat. Is there convoy warp in this game? We'll do a theme-based save state here. Albert is good for Agari. He gives the Zambado to Lopez. We just won't heal her. She functionally has 19 HP if we never heal her. And also, she might just fucking die, right? Rubino's previous hap had Convoy Warp, so I don't see he would take it out. Okay. Theme is about to make the ultimate fucking sacrifice. Honestly, more use than I thought she would be in 0%. Like, she got a kill. She got 2 kills. And she's distracting the Killer Axe guy. Watch as she dodges because of that 1 luck. That would be so fucking funny. That would be very, very funny. Everyone just sneaking down the right-hand side of the hallway to dodge to get out of longbow range. Watch as Kira gets crit. Yeah, that's the problem, right? I really don't want to put him in, like, range of all those guys. Alright, I think we have Kairos go here, equip the Firebrand, and Vulnerary up. Wait, the Raleigh review? Yeah, I know. I was just, I wanted to complete everyone's movement before doing a Raleigh unit review. Sorry. I was hyper-focused on trying to complete that turn, because I feel like that was a pretty crucial turn. You know, with everything going on and the rush. But now it's time to talk about Raleigh. Raleigh is a fan favorite, and it's not hard to see why. You know, they're non-binary, which always helps. And much like with Soder, they are a initially bulky unit in a game where healing is scarce. So being able to heal a bunch is really nice. 25 HP and 9 defense base. Alongside decent bulk growths, they've got 75% HP growth and 35% defense growth. They also have a 45% strength growth, 40% magic growth, 35% skill, 45% speed, 30 luck, and 15 res. So all around, they're sort of all-arounder growths. I'm gonna spill a harsh truth on y'all. I'm gonna spill a very harsh truth on y'all. These growths are worse than Phobos's growths, with the exception of bulk. With the exception of the fact that they are bulkier. Now that's not to say they're, you know, a bad unit, but I do think Raleigh is more dependent on winning coin flips than the gassers like to admit. Their bases are good, right? They're good for the join time, especially, again, that 9 defense and that juicy 25% HP. And being, like, 35% defense doesn't sound high, but the highest defense growths, aside from Soder, are 40. Well, one of the Gotos is like a 70% defense growth, but defense is not a stat you grow. 35% is high for this game. So they are decently bulky, and they can get a general promotion, gain 3 more. And like I said with Soder, general very good, Canto Plus and Reposition makes them into a relatively strong movement class. You could go Black Dragoon. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think Raleigh's stats are good enough. You get bow access if you go Black Dragoon. They're a mounted lance bow dark magic class. And bows are good, but Raleigh can already attack from 2 range because they use dark magic. They are the other type of general. They are the lance and dark magic one, whereas Soder is axes and anima magic. Generally, I think axes anima is probably better because you get accuracy from anima and might from axes, but hey, dark magic's good too. You get Sagel. Sagel's really nice. Effective damage against mages is really nice. Overall, I think Raleigh's sort of like biggest claim to fame is you can early promote them to general if you want like a reposition bot and someone bulky or whatever. And that's really nice since Soder is not a long-term unit and you don't want to waste a seal on him. I personally prefer Alonso or even Orlaith, probably. Although Orlaith doesn't want to be a general. Orlaith does want to be a Dragoon. But I think if you want a general, Alonso is better. But if you want 2 generals, Raleigh is there. And Raleigh has the availability lead, which is a bit of a double-edged sword. I mentioned this with Theme, but we're about to have 2 escape maps in a row. 2 escape maps with no horses for rescue dropping. There's no mounted units. So having not just 1, but 2 4-move units with Soder and Raleigh can feel like a really big drag. Even in not the escape maps, not having the units to sort of rescue around your low move people is obnoxious. Like, we'll notice turn 1, Raleigh's just getting out of the cell. So they're not doing anything effective at the moment. Just because that 4 move can be really annoying. In fairness, on the other hand, without horse units to compete with, they're only 1 point behind. But it adds up over time. Like, what turn number are we on right now? We're on turn 7. I forgot to do my turn 4 save states. That's fine. So we're on turn 7. Maps last a long time in Hag, and there's a lot of time-based objectives. I mentioned that, like, you know, this chest is pretty hard to get. There's a village in chapter 8 that's really difficult. There's a lot of really rushed side objectives that can be difficult to get on time. And so Raleigh having that low move, if you don't early promote them to general, like obviously if you early promote them to general, it flips the script. Now they can repo, now they're awesome. But if they're stuck without using the first Master Seal, which is a huge cost, especially because the first Master Seal comes after Chapter 8, that's like, it's rough. I think their early game is really, really rough, and their growth rates are not good enough, in my opinion, to justify putting up with that early game when, like, Alonso and Telemus exist for the general niche, and Orlaith if you're, like, crazy. I like Orlaith, but I don't think she wants to be a general. If Raleigh wants physical 1 or 2 range, you can just use Spiral. Yeah, you can use Spiral, or they can use Spiral instead. So, like, that's good. That's why, I'm assuming you're saying that's why not go Black Dragoon. It's during the first Glamorgan chapter, assuming no Telemus kill. I think assuming no Telemus kill is generally the correct assumption. Even if you're not planning on using Telemus long-term, I think Telemus is really useful on his join map. And he has a valuable inventory. He comes with, like, Fimbulvinter and a Tomahawk. So, like, if you're not using Telemus long-term, you might kill Telemus for, like, early promoting Raleigh. I can see that being a big glow-up for them. If you're just like, well, I don't want Telemus, Raleigh will be my general. Especially if Raleigh gets some blessed early levels during their, like, first few level-ups. That's a big deal. But otherwise, I think you want to spare Telemus most of the time once you know about it. Just because Telemus's inventory, in my opinion, is more valuable than an early Master Seal. And you do get the Master Seal refunded once everyone's already promoted. I feel like his free deployment performance justifies the spare. Yeah. And, like, I also think Telemus, I mean, we'll talk about Telemus when we get to him, but I think Telemus is a very good unit. I really like him. He's like, what if you trained Soder and he didn't leave? Raleigh is the second coin flip unit. Yeah, Raleigh is the second coin flip unit. Like I said, it's a problem that applies to a lot of people. And just comparing their growth side by side, Raleigh's are mostly worse than, Phobos. And Raleigh has a worse early performance. Although it is definitely, like, it's super useful that they are bulky enough to frontline. That's a rare trait. Like, genuinely, unironically, very good. Holy shit! She lives! I fucked my math up. I fucked my math up. Okay, chat. I forgot to do my turn 4, so we're loading the theme state. I thought vulnerary. Oh, wait. Vulneraries are only 10 in this game. I've been playing too much fucking Radiant Dawn. So I just got off the back of both Radiant Dawn and Cerulean Crescent, where vulneraries heal more than 10. So I was like, oh yeah, Kairos will be at 20 HP. No, he was at 10. Average modern games expectation. Yeah, aren't vulneraries in Engage also, worth more? They're like 15 or whatever? Hag has the good old 10 HP vulneraries back in the day. And that makes sense considering Hag's, like, whole deal, right? Is healing is rare and weak. Well, we'll just form a telephone pole here. Just everyone's huddled on the right-hand side of the hallway. Antitoxin also heals and engage. I like that change, to be honest. I like that change, to be honest. I really like the healing antitoxin. It makes antitoxins feel like a buffed vulnerary. The entire gimmick is your ass is not getting buffed vulneraries. Yeah. Alright, so Soder, fireball this guy. 15 HP vulnerate, take your B-ass back to Radiant Dawn. We clown in this mother flipper. P-View, is there a reason you're avoiding swearing? You're talking like a youth pastor to avoid swearing? Alright, I think what we do... Alright, you go here. Flux the thief, get the halberd. I don't fucking feel like it! I've played their engage multiple times. I never realized antitoxins heal. I usually just sold them. They are, because they heal, they're just strictly better than vulneraries, which is pretty awesome and baller. What if I don't think about using antitoxin in engage? Poison in engage is actually threatening since it lowers your defense. So I do like using antitoxins, but they're not for everyone, you know? To each their own. I also really like Raleigh's color scheme. They got like the blue and green going on. It's pretty cool. Just kill the Wolf Knight before they hit you. Famously easy to kill class, Wolf Knight. It's that shrimple. Hopefully this is okay. We're in, like, not the greatest position just because Soder had to go backwards. Phobos? I think Phobos is fine. Okay, attacking Phobos means everyone lives. Oh shit, poison! So that's functionally -6. He's gotta dodge. He's gotta dodge. He's gotta dodge the hand axe. Oh! Faux goat! Shit. Alright. We're relying on a good poison roll! Oh my god! The goat! Ah, it's turn 9. I once again forgot to save. Alright, how do we do this? Raleigh, you flux this archer. Phobos, our goat. Huge for the program. Chat, I'm gonna need help remembering to save on the turns multiplied by 4. I will remind you, but I'm most likely gonna forget too. Yeah. We're just a bunch of forgetful, heads. If we're all trying to remember, hopefully at least one of us won't forget. We can hope. Alright, Kairos has a risk of death now. If he gets poisoned and the poison high rolls, he dies. No, you just hate Theme. Okay, that's fine. I'm a forgetful gay. Yo, Soder the GOAT! Invest in Soder. Invest in Soder. Invest in Soder. Speak for yourself. I'm a forgetful bisexual. Speak for yourself. I'm a forgetful straight. We can all be forgetful forever together. That's the beautiful thing about the human race. It doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight, bi, asexual. We're all forgetful. Invest in Soder. Signed, Sandy. Yo, Sandy! I mean, unsurprisingly, the guy who made 2 villain hacks is really fucking good at writing villains. But goddamn, Sandy's so hateable and I love it. And Dolus! Like, Dolus is also just a great villain. Soder saved Theme. She owes him her life now. I don't think Hag in White misses with its villains. Well, yeah, have you seen how many leadership stars Sandy has? The villains can't miss. Smiley face. Is Laertes allowed a little move? I don't think it's worth the money. I don't think it's worth the money. Laertes is gonna be the GOAT. It's basically +7 all by endgame. Power! At what cost? That's some fucking Dark Confidant ass shit. Speaking of villains, who do you consider the best written mainline villain? Is it cheating to say Edelgard? Because she's not a villain, but she is on, like, 2 of the routes. 3? Question mark? Like, Three Houses writing is bad. Don't get me wrong. I do think there's, like, you know, everyone point and laugh at, why do you continue to reconquer? Why do you continue to kill in retaliation? But it's better than, like... I think, on the whole, it's better than, like, just generically evil. Edelgard counts. Okay. Edelgard is an antagonist. I wouldn't call her a villain. Yeah, I mean, I think if Edelgard counts, then, like, Dimitri does too. Not Claude, because the story fucking writes him out of it. But, like, if Edelgard counts as a villain, because she's the villain in 3 of the routes, then I think Dimitri and Rhea count, because they're the villains in 1. Arguably, Rhea's the villain in 2. Like, you could argue Rhea's the villain in Claude's route. But then the story forgets, right? Danny has opened the floodgates of 3 houses discussion. It's funny because, like, my take is I don't think 3 houses is written particularly well, but also I think, like, there are reasons to sympathize with all of the lords. But unfortunately that take is not well received. From 3 houses fans. I'll take the Reconquer line as Edelgard being full of shit, or it could just be badly written. It's a coin flip. Yeah, okay, I guess this is... We've opened the discussion floodgates, so I might as well ask, like, the magical question, right? Do you think... How much do you think Edelgard is lying? Because I think she believes what she says to an extent, but I also think it's hard to deny that there's some amount of stuff that she's, like... either lying to herself or lying to her allies about, right? Especially when it comes to, like, allying with those who sliver in the dark, right? She's kind of deluding herself. Every time I hear people say the writing is bad, that quote pops into my mind. It's that one, and then the 3 Hopes one that's like... Radical new freedoms are not what the people of Fargus need right now. Which, I see what they're going for, right? I see what they're going for. Dimitri is trying to say, like, you know, I support this in theory, but in practice right now, like, wartime, it's less of a concern. Which I do think is a flawed thing, but is also, like, it's a fine place for a character to be at. Not everyone needs to be fucking flawless, right? And it's also not, like, the end of the world to believe that, but just the way it's phrased is so... It's screen capable, right? Like, it's so... Like, are you serious? Bro, you serious? I hate 3 Hopes the way they frame Byleth. I'm almost done with 3 Hopes. We need to get back to the 3 Hopes streams eventually, but I just really wanted to play Hag, because it's such a fucking good game. And also, my wife has been using the Switch. She's playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. So, I don't have the dock hooked up here. I think she's justifying it to herself. It makes the story more interesting. I think it's one of those, like, the ends justify the means thing, but she's sort of, like... I would imagine on some level, she knows it's wrong, but is kind of deluding herself. What are your thoughts on 3 Hopes? I haven't played it because Warriors. I think it's worse than Warriors 1 because I don't like the base stuff. But when I'm actually allowed to play the fucking game, I like it better. The movesets are great. And obviously, I like the 3 Houses cast better than, like, the people they give you in Warriors. Because, like, Arcanea, Awakening, and Fates have not the greatest writing. And also, the specific Fates characters they give you, it's just the Royals, and I like a lot of the retainers better. Like, Baruka, my beloved, one of my favorite characters, and you just don't get her, which makes sense, to be clear. I think that the Warriors games giving you, like, the Royals makes sense. I think it's a better choice than being, like, we'll give you fucking, like, random-ass retainers or whatever. You get, Obero. I like Obero. Well, not as a character, but I think she's a fun unit. As a character, she's, like... eh. No one tell Edelgard the Red Empress and Effie are usually framed in a villainous right. History will not look kindly on her, but I also don't think she cares. I think Edelgard, and this is like, I think this is an admirable perspective to have. I think Edelgard thinks like, it's okay if everyone thinks I'm a villain, as long as I do what I believe is right, right?